Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Damriel. Welcome to Guild Wars 2 commentary. Now, before you let the sparks fly in the comments below, I just want to go ahead and say that I do not want to make this video just to be like, oh, clickbait stuff. This is actually something that kind of has caught my attention, and I would like to discuss it here in the video, kind of give you my perspective and my opinion on what is going on in Guild Wars 2 and the community and the player numbers and everything. Now, I will say straight up, I do not know what is the current player number right now for Guild Wars 2. I just don't know it. I don't have the data. It's not out there. ArenaNet is not going to release it because, well, A, it's, pertains to the company. B, why the hell would they release it to anybody? I mean, think about it logically. The days of player numbers for MMOs being known kind of stopped when World of Warcraft stopped announcing those subscription numbers. At that point, I feel like every other company looked at that and said, well, if they're not gonna do it, well, what's the point of us doing it? If we never did it before, we're now gonna do it again, or we're never gonna start doing it, so what's the point, right? So I don't know how many numbers are playing currently Guild Wars 2, or the Heart of Thorns expansion exactly. I can only tell you that they announced that they had like 7 million accounts ever since the game went free to play, and that's it. I do not know if those are actual players or not, or just fake accounts, or bot accounts, or gold solo account. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to give you concrete numbers here, so very sorry about that. Nevertheless, though, I do want to go ahead and bring up this topic because it has caught my attention. What I've seen a lot on the posts that I've read, that people have said that they feel like the game player base is dwindling by looking at their guild roster or their friends list, or the ranking in, I guess, in the achievement ranking. Apparently there's an achievement ranking that I never knew about, but nevertheless, a lot of people have noticed that the numbers in the ranking for the achievements have gone up at a certain point, like 200, 300 people, like they jumped up like maybe 200, 300 people, even though they don't have a lot of, achievement points. Or maybe they're not as competitive as other players are to get all the maximum achievements for the game and everything. A lot of people have noticed their friends list dwindling from like 30 people on at one time to maybe like 3 or 4 or less or whatever. Guilds, people have reported that their guilds have literally been disbanding, and not just one guild that a player is part of, like multiple guilds that join started dwindling, disbanding, shutting down, not being active, and this is why a lot of players are concerned that maybe there's a player base dwindlement. I'm not sure if that's a word, but decline, I'll say. Decline in player base in Guild Wars 2. And most of it is mostly regarding towards Heart of Thorns and the new content released and what players think about it now. Because, well, this is mostly concerning, I guess, Heart of Thorns. The core tier, I think, is still really good. And if a free-to-play player likes it, good for you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's really good content. Heart of Thorns is a little bit different because it did take the game into a new direction, technically. It doesn't feel like Central Core Tyria, which some people like, some people don't like, and there have been many people that are vocal about either side. But the only thing I can tell you is Heart of Thorns is definitely taking the game to a different direction. I don't know if it's a good direction, I don't know if it's a bad direction, but so far the content has been coined as hardcore, and I guess I could definitely see why some elements of it will be considered hardcore. It is definitely a lot more challenging. Mobs aren't as easy to kill. There's a lot more meta events that players cannot initiate themselves. They have to be on timers. A lot of the content requires group content, or playing as a class that's very tanky and very versatile and can solo things. I'm not sure what a good class is. I guess maybe a Necromancer and Elementalist are pretty decent. Maybe an Engineer. I don't know. I only have one class at maximum level. That's my Mesmer. And whenever I entered in with my Berserker gear, I struggled. I had to go tanky in order to even survive. And even then, it's a little bit of a struggle and a half to survive and do some of the events by myself or with a small party. Also, another thing that I have noticed that Mega servers have yet not been fixed. This still puts me in a population with like maybe 3 or 4 people on a map or something, and I keep questioning why Mega servers are designed to like put people on a on a map that has decent people and flood it with people so that all of them could do the meta events and everything and do group content. And yeah, for some reason I still run around in the first 3 maps of Heart of Thorns. I don't really remember the name, I'm sorry. All but Dragon Stand, all the other maps but the Dragon Stand, and I keep being put into maps that have low population players. Hell, even some of the people taxing me in, and then I get taxed in, and it's still a low population. Like, I'm just trying to look for maps with high population, yet I'm being taxed into and world, I guess, map jumped into a low population map. So I go from low population to low population. I can't say that that is my, like, reference for why the player base is dwindling, but it does make me feel a little bit lonely being like one of the very, very few on the map. Maybe I'll get lucky and see a player or two, who knows. But from my point of view, I have started noticing, if I were to chime in on this a little bit, I have started noticing that my friends list has definitely dwindled. Well, not really dwindled, but not a lot of people are online. When I started doing my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play, I started maybe about a year and a half ago or something, and I made a Mesmer, Colette, the one that I play, you know, more in my videos at this point, and I've met a lot of amazing people while leveling throughout Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns, and my friends list started skyrocketing, and it was amazing because I got to meet what I knew as the Canadians of all MMOs, the most kindest community ever, and the most generous and the most helpful and the most, I guess, caring community and welcoming community out there. And it was just amazing being able to add all these people, and my friends list was always full, and there were always like 10 or 20 people online at all the times of the day, and it was amazing. It was really fun. I got invited to very active guilds from time to time. Hell, I even started my own guild here on this YouTube channel, and we made a Colette's Friends Guild, and it was really fun to be able to kind of experience that and just be in this community. And then I think of it then, and I look at it now, check my friends list. The highest number I've ever had of people be online for like longest time was maybe like my maximum number that I've seen in the last couple of months was like 5 people out of like almost 100 name or like account name list that I have of friends. A lot of people, I can definitely confirm that probably a lot of those people decided to either move on to a different game or just stop playing Guild Wars 2, or maybe they decide to make a free-to-play account, who knows, maybe whatever they did, but they're not currently playing the account that I have them added with. And I will not lie, it does feel a little bit empty. The guild I think is still pretty active. I'm not sure if there's still people in there or not. If I had more time, I would definitely get on Guild Wars 2 and do more of the stuff. But I feel the guild is still semi-active-ish. I don't know, we have like some good nights where we like took over a guild hall, which was kind of nice. But from just looking from my friends list and just seeing, you know, just the world maps and I guess the mega servers and how they act on each map, it does feel a little bit lonely. So I guess my final theory would be is maybe there is a small decline of players right about now happening. You know, after the release of Heart of Thorns, the people that bought the expansion are looking at the expansion, thinking that it is just not something they felt that was worth the money, the purchase, you know, and they decided to just leave, just not even touch it. Or maybe go back to Central Tyria and just not even do anything Heart of Thorns related. Who knows? I cannot tell the numbers. But I cannot say that the game is just, you know, oh my god, it's dying already, because clearly it's not. We got a lot of active guilds doing raids, doing fractals. I think that's still important, right? I don't know. Doing meta events, a lot of active guilds still, you know, recruiting. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna be able to find them easily, but there are a lot of active people out there that really are gung-ho about Heart of Thorns. And if you are one of those, I salute you. I'm glad that you like the content. Me, it's a little bit more fixed on like the server time, so I don't really get to participate in it at my leisure. See, I have college work I gotta do, then also do YouTube. I do video recording, editing, rendering. I stream pretty much every single day. I manage 2 YouTube channels, so I don't really have the leisure time to get on, maybe to do a raid on a specific night or something, or do a meta event on a specific time. I'm mostly busy, and if anything, I can only invest maybe about 5 hours a week into Guild Wars 2. And if I get on, you know, on a map just to kind of record or just to play, just to kind of have fun a little bit, maybe record whatever gameplay you're seeing here. Back when I was leveling Guild Wars 2 originally, it was just nice to kind of play at my own time and my own leisure and just kind of have fun with the game and kind of do my own thing and do it my own, I guess, pacing. And then entering Heart of Thorns, everything started being put on a timer. You need to invest a lot more time into the game in order to get more benefits, more rewards. And hey, I'm glad if you like the grind, but I just don't have the time for the grind. I guess I could invest if I wasn't doing YouTube, or maybe if I wasn't running 2 YouTube channels or streaming every night. Maybe I could possibly do all that and participate in raids and all that. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of active people out there that do participate in raids and do the metas and the crafting and the PvP, except World versus World. Apparently that died or something. I don't PvP much, so I'm sorry about that. But nevertheless, I do feel like there's maybe a slight decline that has happened. Maybe it's happening still now, who knows? I just kind of want to, you know, step back, not jump to any conclusion. My hypothesis is there is probably a small decline, but at the same time there's a lot of active guilds and people on the game as well. So if you really want to find somebody to play with, you can probably go on forums to try to find them, or whatever. You can probably find them on Reddit, who knows? Maybe you'll tweet somebody, just find them in game, posting a world chat like, hey, we're recruiting, we're very active and stuff, so if you want to join, go for it. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude with, there is a decline, slight decline, not a massive decline to the point like, oh my god, the game is dying. But at the same time, there are a lot of active people on there still, so if you really want to find something to do, you can always find players to play with. And that's my honest opinion about it. Obviously, a lot of people will not think that Heart of Thorns was worth the money, and if they decide to move on to a different venture, to a different game, to just maybe not play Guild Wars 2 in general and just do something else, it's up to them. I'm pretty sure it happens with every single, I guess, game or every single expansion out there that came out. I mean, look at World of Warcraft, subscribers numbers going up and down, up and down, up and down, and down, kind of, as of recent. Well, we'll never know because they stopped announcing the numbers. Nevertheless, I'm gonna go ahead and end my commentary on this note. Please do let me know your feedback in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys about this and hear your thoughts on the whole matter. So yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts, and don't feel like you need to like suppress it. If you actually want to be like, say, if you want to like pour your heart and say, all my RL friends left and stuff like that, and none of my friends online ever get on, and my guilds started dying from left and right, then feel free to do so. I want to kind of hear what you guys have, what you more, I guess, dedicated players have experience with, because I don't really have a lot of time to allocate to a specific game. Nevertheless though, hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Tamriel. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a great day. See ya. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Tamriel. Welcome to Hello, what have we got here? Hello ladies, how's it going? Breasts as a treasure of that. I kinda wanna say you could dress better.